Hey guys, so in this tutorial I will show you exercises that can help you improve your squat technique. I'm going to show you the exercises that I have worked with that help me improve my squat technique. Now each exercise here today can be done for more than one set. 2 to 3 sets would be the absolute perfect way how to actually build up your strength. So if you have the time, please do these exercises for more sets than one. Rest between sets for at least a minute, 30 seconds, not more, and you will feel the benefits of a great leg day. Now the 3 most important things about a proper squat is awareness of the technique, which is important, and we will get to that. First of all, why we are failing in our technique is because we do not have the awareness how to work with our foot to make sure our ankle is stable, because the ankle supports the knee. If the ankle is not stable enough, mobile enough, stretched and strong enough, the knee is not safe. It will go outward or inward. And also hip mobility and hip stability is needed to being able to actually accomplish a proper squat. In the squat, the foot, the weight does not go just on your heel. The foot has 3 points where you have to put the weight when you squat. It's the big toe, the small toe, and the heel. So you're creating a triangle position, engaged position that can actually help you stabilize your ankle, that will support your knees. Things you're going to need in this workout is a resistance band for our legs, the smaller one, or you have a longer one, you can tie it up. The bigger resistance band, which you can put on the pole or onto something that is similar to the pole, okay? You will see why we need this today, and that's it. So let's get started. Start with this exercise, which you can do without the band as well. If you don't have the band, you can do it without. I like with the band because it gives a lot more load and makes me feel things. Okay, place your knee underneath your hip and your heel underneath your knee, okay? So you go as far as you start to feel a nice, good resistance, okay? You can even get a thicker band. And I'm putting weight onto my knee, engaging those 3 points, this triangle, okay? The big toe, small toe, and the heel. Heel is into the floor and starting to push forward. Knee, heel is into the floor, and now I feel the stretch also in my calf. And I'm gonna move a little bit back and forward, and 1, 2, 3, push onto the knee. 5, now it's 5. And on the 6th, we're gonna hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly move back and switching the legs. Put your heel underneath your knee. Push the weight onto your knee. Push forward. Engage the triangle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we hold. As you can feel, the band is kind of pulling back, but you're pulling forward, and that creates a greater resistance, therefore a nicer stretch and control, trying to work to control. And we hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, moving back. Next exercise, we'll put a focus a little bit more on actually engaging your footwork. When the big toe is not engaged, you collapse in your midfoot and see what's happening with my knee. The knee is collapsing as well inward. And the same thing happens if you're shifting weight out, for example. If you're not working with that big toe, big finger, the knee can start to fall out. And that is also not a very stable position. So I'm gonna take the smaller resistance band and I'm just gonna step onto it with my big toe. Make sure you're engaging your smaller toe and the weight is on your heel. Take the band. Now your both legs are in nice parallel position. And once you're going down, you're going to pull the band to yourself to create a greater work for your big toe. See my fingers, my toes are wide in this position. Wide as I can possibly hold them to balance them out. And I'm pulling the band, moving deeper into my lunge, and you see my knee moves nice and straight. I like to hold the band close. Sometimes you can help with both hands to create a greater resistance. It depends on what kind of band you have. Pulling up, going down. Pulling up, going down. Pulling up, going down. For example, I'm collapsing with my midfoot. I don't have this nice triangle. Your lunge can look like this. So you're not engaging what you have to engage. The knee is carrying too much load here because the ankle is not working and your hip is collapsing as well. And that same thing happens if you are shifting weight to outside of the foot. You're making a lunge to your outside, also a lot of load to your unneeded load to your knee. And switching legs, as I said before, it's nice if you can do this exercise, couple of sets. Lunge position, pulling the band, going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe, 7, and on 8, I'm just gonna hold. 10, 9, 8, 7. If it's too difficult, just put the knee down and keep pulling the band. 3, 2, 1. Coming up. Rest 30 seconds and do this exercise one more set. Now we're moving further to our hips, okay? So we're gonna start with a 90 position. I like these exercises. I know many people don't see the benefit of these exercises, but I will explain you why. Because you have to move in a position where you actually can look forward. So if you feel like you are here in the 90-90, you have to just close the angle a little bit to make sure you can turn your hips forward without changing the position here. And here it's important that you're engaging your core so your belly is not falling out, and you slide your shoulder blades down so your back is straight, your neck is tall, okay? And we're moving forward with our straight back. I like to take my fists for the extra engagement and go as low as you can with your back straight. Make sure you're not collapsing here. Back is straight. Roll the shoulder blades down. 10 repetitions. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, stay in this position, and we're going to lift up the 90 position here. Lift up, and we hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to move a little bit more advanced into this exercise, you can lift up. Just make sure the knee and the heel tries to stay in the same height, okay? You move this hip forward, same height, rotate, extend, bend through your hip and move back, okay? This is a little bit of advanced, so if you want, you can try this. I'm going to do a couple of sets more so you can see. Moving, rotating, and back. 2 more. Moving, rotation, rotation, and back, okay? Now I'm gonna move to the other leg, to the other side, 90 degrees. Make sure you adjust this exercise for you. I like to look at my mat. Is my leg parallel to the mat? Is this one parallel to the mat? If it's hard for me to turn, so I'm gonna close in a little bit, but still the legs are parallel. Parallel to the front, parallel to the side, okay? Back is straight. Roll your shoulder blades down, take your fists, and we go 1, 2. Make sure your belly does not fall out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Lift up. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you can, boom, rotate, extend, back, rotate, rotate, and make sure the heel is trying to stay at the same height as your knee. Rotate and back. 2 more. Rotate, boom, extend, bend, and back. Last one. Boom, extend, rotate, and back. Rest for 20 seconds and do this exercise one more set. The next exercise, you might need a block underneath your knee, but it's okay if you don't have it. You can do this also without the block. So I'm gonna put the knee on to the block. Make sure your both hips are facing forward because this is more or less a side lunge position, because in a squat position we need to stretch this part a little bit, move wider in our hips, maintain control in our ankle to stabilize the knee, okay? So this is a nice exercise to actually do that and work with our glutes and push up with a complete awareness. So hips looking forward. So if you feel like moving to the side, it means the leg has to walk forward a little bit. So you're actually facing forward, okay? Now I'm going to, on count of 5, I'm going to slightly move down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now make sure your knee does not collapse. Your big toe is engaged, small toe engaged, heel engaged. You see the arch here? It is existing. The arch has to be there to secure your knee. And I'm working with my glutes here to maintain this position and open up my hips wider. And on count of 5, I'm going up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. You're going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and switching. You have to feel that you are working with your glutes. When you're coming up, you're not coming up with the help of your torso, okay? Keep everything engaged. Just the leg here is working to get you up and move you down. Okay, make sure your hips are looking forward, your knees not falling in, engage. If needed, just walk a little bit forward, okay? And we're going down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure your belly does not fall out. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? All the way through this exercise, you're trying to press your knee out with the help of your hip, with the help of your glutes, with your hip openers to maintain the nice, stable, controlled position and stretch your inner thighs. Now the next exercise will have variations. If you have good mobility in your ankles and in your hips, and you can sit nice in this position and actually feel comfortable in the Garland pose, you're gonna work through this one, okay? Not collapsing, maintaining those 3 points, big toe, small toe, and heel. This triangle is engaged here, and you actually feel in control. And your feet are looking in the same way where your knee is looking. So if your knee is falling out, maybe you should try to go a little bit closed into this position, more in a goblet squat. Therefore, if you cannot hold this position, your back is rounding, you might need a support from something. For example, a pole here, where you just come a little bit more higher up and holding onto the pole and maintaining a nice good position. So I'm holding on to the pole. I can go as high as I need to make sure I have a nice deep squat position. So if you're in a Garland pose, the first 10 seconds we will try to kind of pull up. This is the intention of movement when the movement actually is not happening, because we want to improve through our end range. So therefore, intention of movement by not actually moving is very important and crucial here, okay? So if you're in a Garland pose, you will hold on to your feet here. Make sure you're nice and tall here. And for 10 seconds, you will try to pull up. I'm not moving, I'm pulling up, okay? And in the next set, without rest, without coming out from this position, we're gonna try to pull down. So I'm gonna take my hands off. I'm gonna try to open up my knees, push myself down and maintaining control and hold this 100% effort for 10 seconds, okay? If you're holding on to something, then it means you're a little bit higher, but the same thing applies. You're trying to push up by working the same, and trying to push down by working the same, okay? When you're pushing down, you're trying to open up your hips, going down a little bit more. When you're coming up, you're trying to move your chest forward and kind of squeeze your legs together so the inner thighs are connecting in this one, okay? So let's try to do this together. If you do this for 2 sets, it's wonderful. So I'm gonna take my toes, move into a nice Garland pose. I feel very comfortable here. Pushing my chest forward. Start to push your chest forward. Start to pull up and push your legs together. Do all of this now for 100%, pulling up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Push your legs together, chest forward, push up, 3, 2, 1, let go, push down, open up, push down, back is straight, maximum work in your glutes and pushing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last one, you can help a little bit more with your hands if you're not holding on to anything. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. You can round your back here or come up, bend your legs, hip wide position, round and rest a little bit. 20-second rest. Do this one more set. Maximum effort all the way through those 10 seconds. And the last 3 exercises that are crucial after all of this is trying to actually be able to accomplish a squat. So first exercise is going to be with resistance band. Trying to work through the first problem, what we were talking about, this triangle and pushing your knees out, okay? I'm gonna take 2 bands to actually feel a little bit more here. So your legs are a little bit wider than your hips, more or less a goblet squat that will be. So make sure your feet, your knees are looking where your feet are going, okay? Hold on to the pole or for something, at something. And we're gonna go through 4 phases here. The first phase is knees and hips work together in the first movement. This is 1. Knees and hips. 1. Next phase, you're keeping this position, not overarching. Here, everything is in control. Your back is straight. See, nothing here changes. I'm pushing my knees out. The first movement, hips, knees. Small movement. This is all what you need to do on count of 1. On count of 2, you move more. Just with your hips, nothing here. Just with your knees, nothing in your hips is changing. Just trying to move deeper, but squeezing the knees out. 2. Start to squeeze the knees out a little bit more. As you can see, I'm just walking down. I'm not arching forward, shifting my weight forward. I'm not doing this, the sexy squat. We don't need the sexy squat. We need the normal kind of squat. Moving down on 3 and on 4, as low as we can go. Push the knees out. Make sure you have this triangle. Toes, back is straight. As you can see, I'm holding, I'm having the support from the pole. My back is straight, pushing the knees out. On 4, we're coming up. 4, just knees. 3, knees. 2, knees. 1, hips. Boom. Squeeze a little bit at the end just to engage. Okay? 5 of these, okay? 3 sets actually is needed to actually maintain the control and try to actually learn it. Make sure you're having the triangle, you're pushing the knees out, okay? Back is straight, holding on to the pole. Knees and hips, we go 1. Knees, 2. Walking lower, 3. Walking lower, 4. Holding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 4, 3, 2, 1. My squat is ending up really wide. For normal people that are not doing this exercise every day, your position could be here even, okay? Here. When you don't push out so much, just make sure your knee is stable, it does not fall in. If you engage this triangle on your foot, it will work. Make sure you're not doing the second and third movement in your hips. Common mistakes is 1, 2, 3, 4. And coming up is the most where I see the mistakes, where you start to come up, not through your leg work, by extending the knees, keeping your position strong in your legs, but coming up with your hips. The hips are actually in the first and the last movement. That's it, okay? 3 more sets, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Push out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2. Squeeze. Okay, and if you feel confident enough, you can try to do this without the pole. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, push out, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze. Last one, and we go hips and knees. 1, little bit of a bend forward, little bit. If you're not bending forward at 1, you will create this, but we don't want. We want knees, hips, pull, little bit. Then just knees, 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 knees. Hips are trying to open up and hold the position to, again, stabilize the knee. Do this exercise 3 sets, rest 30 seconds between. Last exercise here, no, the almost last exercise here today is with the resistance band. This will put a little bit of focus more on your glute strength. If the previous one was more about hip opening, about working with those knees correctly, then this exercise will be more about your glutes. So I'm gonna walk, put the band onto my hips, walk a little bit forward since I'm starting to feel the resistance, okay? Take this squat you're comfortable with. I like to take a little bit wider than my hips, and I feel the resistance, see I'm moving forward. The same applies here. The first movement is boom. Make sure you're not creating an arch, okay? And here, this is what we're working on. The pushing forward, going back. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, knees and hips, 1, going down, and 1, 2, I'm helping with the hands, 3, you can put the hands in front, 4, and 5. And if you want a bigger resistance, you just walk more forward. I suggest to switch the height in the next 2 rounds, in the next 2 sets. Change the height of the band to feel how it's working when the band is higher, when the band is lower. And the same, do a couple of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, going down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you're actually engaging the triangle into your foot, you don't have to worry about your knees walking over your toes. So for some people who are doing squats and they're very mobile and comfortable with squats, knees can't go over your toes. That should not be your focus. Your focus should be, are you engaging your footwork? Is your movement technique correct? Are you pushing your knees out enough? Are you coming up with the help of the glutes, with the help of your legs? Are you going down and actually controlling your core or working through your back? Okay, so these are the points you have to think about. And the last exercise here today is, of course, squat jumps. Plyometric exercises always help you actually progress in your power. If you wanna develop power, you need to do plyometric, fast, explosive exercises to actually get stronger. And for these exercises, it's very crucial that you do more than 1 set. Rest between 30 seconds till a minute and do 3 sets of each exercise. And we're gonna start from low. We're gonna move into our squat. Deep squat, controlled squat. And from here, we're gonna jump up, move down, and 3, 2, 1. Move down, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the band helps me to control my knees. Most common issues when we are jumping in squats, first is your back. Okay, I'm trying to show this, but I think you got the point. Next is your knees. So you want control in your foot, you want control in your knees, you want control into your hip joints. So work with your glutes, work with your leg muscles. Muscles are made to work with, okay? Control your upper body here. From the side, gonna do 5 repetitions, going down with a pause, coming up with a pause, and pull, hold. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Stay low and push your knees out. If you need, you can hold to the pole. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! This is a nice leg burn. 3 sets of these, and trust me, you will start to feel your glutes and feel your legs. Just make sure you're not losing control in your feet. Even when you're pulsing out, I have these 3 points. I'm pulsing out through my hips. I'm not shifting weight to my outside of my foot. I'm just pulsing out through my hips, the band. And if it's too difficult with the band, take a lighter band, or do this without the band, okay? But the band makes you think about your knees a little bit more and engage those muscles a little bit more. Starting position is your deepest squat, where you can control, like the ending position from your jump is the same, the squat position which you can actually control. You can do the squat jumps also with help with the pole, where you hold the pole and you jump up. Here you can control more, think more, help a little bit with your hands, not to lose your focus, and pulsing out in the end as well. Do not forget about that. So I hope you enjoyed this workout. I hope you're going to fall in love with squats. You're going to love squats as much as I love squats. And remember, before you put on weight and do actually squats with weight, you have to learn the technique. And this is actually the base work what I was working with and what helped me to clean my squat technique, to understand what I'm doing right and wrong. So remember the footwork, the knees and the hips, those 3 points which you have to think about, and the technique of movement, okay? So hopefully this tutorial helped you. You can leave a comment, leave a request. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And thank you for joining my channel today. Train safe, stay healthy, and see you guys next time.